Welcome to the College Hockey Show. I'm your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, aka Beard. With me, as always, the degenerate Bostonian, Mike. Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good. Happy Friday, y'all.
Yep, TGIF, man. Okay, let's get right into it. 3 big upsets this weekend you wanted to talk about. UAF beats Notre Dame. Haha, shout out Alaska. Sacred Heart beats UMass, and Augustana beats Omaha. You want to get into those games specifically or just talk about what the implications are?
So Sacred Heart at UMass, let's start with that one. That actually got Sacred Heart a bunch of votes. That got heads turning. Once again, UMass cannot close out a game. Also, all three of these are on the road. Right? No one can defend their home ice apparently this last weekend.
Except for Maine.
Which, by the way, someone put that as the lock of the week. But hey,
there you go. Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, Sacred Heart beating UMass, that shocked me. Goalie had a great game, back-to-back 35-plus nights. Alaska heading into Notre Dame. Notre Dame was actually plus 1,200 to win it all to start the year, which was the same as Boston University, who I picked.
Notre Dame's in the top 20. They're ranked 17th right now. They actually went up a rank with their.
I don't know how you move up losing, but shout out to Alaska.
3-1. They must have split, but still.
They split, but I mean, Alaska getting the first NCAA win of the year. They got a couple of Canadian college wins, but they finally beat an American team. And you were saying they're pretty good. They're moving up, and you know what? It's not easy going into Notre Dame winning that. I've been on that campus enough times, so that's a huge win for them. I'm hoping it starts turning corners for them. And then the final one, Augustana, who they're now 3-1. They've got 30 votes to be ranked now. So almost a great opponent.
Augustana received 51 votes.
51, yeah. So that's almost enough votes to be ranked.
They're out just outside of the top 20, and Omaha went from 12th to 16th.
Yeah, rightfully so. I mean, they were even games. Even games are up and down the board, and that should have been a blowout for Omaha being at home. And so I'm going to put Augustana as a team we need to look out for. I said that about Merrimack a couple weeks ago. Let's put Augustana as hey, well, hold on a second here, guys. Maybe this sweep isn't that much of an upset, but right now, Omaha got swept at home, and we're going to keep our heads turning. I do. The Savage has been saying Sacred Heart's going to make it in the national tournament. So maybe he's right on the Sacred Heart part. And I do hope Alaska makes another Cinderella run. Kinesis was the reason they got denied a couple years ago because they decided to hit the greatest of all time bets. $10 made you $100K, and they pulled it off. So hopefully you guys hit that a couple years ago. Things I talked about last week as well. Providence ended up sweeping Arizona State. Providence sold out both games. It's not an easy place to play, and they're a ranked opponent.
I mean, Arizona State still got votes. I mean, people like what they saw. 5 votes for them to be in the top 20. Providence is 2-1. That's a wild house to play at. Like you said, the tickets were hard to come by.
Yeah, the Saturday game was $130 for one ticket. I'm like, no. Bruins tickets are only $130. We're not.
Although, you're going to have to start paying fans to go to Bruins games. What's going on there, buddy?
You know what? I'm okay with them sucking. I will go even if they go 0-82. So get the bandwagon fans out.
0-82, man. They've already won 3 games.
Yeah, but if they did, I'd still be there. That's me. Yeah, but I expected this year to be a down year. I think they make the playoffs, and I think it's the 3rd year in a row I take the Bees under 1.5 rounds. I'll say Merrimack took UNH to a shootout, actually beat UNH in the shootout. So they're kind of holding their own. Michigan St. Cloud split like I said they would. Hope you guys were able to get both of those games. North Dakota, Minnesota State also split like they said they would. Both staying in there. Denver with a nice clean sweep. They are looking nice. They hosted Northeastern. In Denver, as much as it's not that difficult to play out there because of the atmosphere, the altitude certainly gets there. Northeastern's back home. You will see me rocking this bad boy in the dog pound tonight. Hopefully they don't run me out of there. And as I said, last week's lock was Maine over Quinnipiac, and Maine was the only one that I saw defend their home ice proudly, actually, and the Pioneers of Denver. with the clean sweep.
Yeah, it goes from 7th to 11th. So we'll see what the implications of that are.
I do want to give Quinnipiac some kudos, though, because you'll hear me rag on how bad their offense is. And they put 5 in on Maine, who's a very, very good defensive team. All right, they lost one of those games 6-5. They were down 4-1 and were winning 5-4 in the third. So
okay,
kudos to the Bobcats fighting hard.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be in the mix in the end, I think.
Too, they should. Yeah, I don't like the ECACs. I think it's a little weak this year. Quinnipiac's in the national tournament, guys, and if they're not, we're going to figure out why on some kind of upset.
Yeah.
But another big slate of games this week too. Kind of looking at this. The first one is the statement game, UNH at Quinnipiac. It's going to be a sold-out show because Quinnipiac draws fans. One time I saw Quinnipiac at Harvard, they brought 4 buses.
Yeah.
It practically was a home game for them.
No, it's not awesome. Far, though, either, is it? Like, you're not talking Connecticut, Massachusetts.
From campus to campus, it's about 2 hours with traffic.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, but I mean, they brought 4 fan buses in, and you wouldn't have known Harvard was the home team.
It says, so you're talking about today? It says
no, this was just Quinnipiac's playing UNH, but I saw when I said when Quinnipiac played Harvard, I got to see them. Okay. Quinnipiac travels well, so UNH, though they travel well, good luck, buddy. You just lost to Merrimack in a shootout. Quinnipiac's way better than Merrimack.
Well, they're going to be, and you think with Quinnipiac, they're going to be pissed that they didn't split with Maine.
Oh,
they probably played good enough to get a win there.
Yes.
I saw Rand Pecknold on with the Colby Armstrong, friend of the show, and Matt Merle's their show, Game Notes. And they, I think he feels really strongly about this team. I expect Quinnipiac, as the year goes on, is going to be a tougher team to play against.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to say now, if you don't live in New England, that my lock of the week actually would be Quinnipiac at home beating UNH. That would be my lock. I live in New England. I can't bet the game. And I am happy about that. I will say that 100 times over. I do love gambling. I don't like corruption.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Nope. Too much mob influence in the New England area for too many years. I think they know what they're doing.
Don't let it fool you. It's still here.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, I think it's a good move. We're talking about collegiate sports here. I kind of wish we would see a little bit more of that at the local level in every state that's gambling legal. It's just, hey, you can bet on the games out of state. That's you just eliminate the possibilities, or you make the more difficulty. Okay, 2 games I want to talk to you about.
Yep.
Wisconsin visits the number 1 team in the nation. Are we going to see anything from Wisconsin? And then, I mean, dude, the matchup we got to watch this weekend, if you're a college hockey fan, BU at Nodak. BU goes to North Dakota. What sticks out at and then in my hometown, the UAA is hosting Colorado College. So,
you need to get there. Colorado College has one of the best jerseys in college hockey. And I am curious if they can carry the momentum from Notre Dame, because winning in Notre Dame is a big, big deal. That's not an easy place to play. Let's start with Wisconsin-Denver. I don't think Denver's the number 1 team in the country. As I've said, it's either Michigan State, BU. So for me, I want to see Denver blow Wisconsin's doors off. Wisconsin's been on this show because they were a loser. They were part of the upsets of the week a couple weeks back. And to me, this is a prove-it game for them. Can you hang with a team that's Denver's definitely going to the tournament? I think they're pretty much a lock for the top, the round of 8, that second round there at a minimum.
St. Louis, I feel like.
I hope we don't, but knowing I didn't bet on them. By the way, everyone, every year I don't bet on Denver, they make the Frozen Four. So I'll give you a hint, I didn't take them this year. So pretty much pencil them in.
Maybe you should bet on them.
No, because then they'll lose, and I'll be like doubly angry. Like, I shouldn't have bet on them, and now I lost money.
Fair enough.
But I want to see, this is a prove-it weekend for me for Wisconsin. You've got to be able to hang with the big dogs. I think they were given a gift at number 20. I don't think they should be ranked, but you're ranked. Let's see what you can do. I want to see a split or take a game to overtime, but I don't want to see tonight they lose 3-2 and tomorrow it's 5-1. No. Or like I need 2 very, very tight games.
With Wisconsin, you're saying?
Yeah. Denver,
you expect them to win, and that's fair. They're
honestly
national champions. They're number 1 in the nation. It's not a stretch. They're returning most of their team from that championship.
I took a player. I'm going to give a shout out to Perlo. Actually, he was the one that showed me the 60-minute line bet. I got 2 units Denver's on the 60-minute line tonight. It's minus 205. It's not great, but it's their Savage is taking a minus 350 for 4 units because he's a savage. I don't love the minus 1.5s because you get that garbage time goal, or maybe you own them and their goalie just stands on his head, but.
Yeah, but then you also could get the empty netter if they're
right. So that's what I mean.
Yep.
But, for sure. So between the Savage and I, we have 6 units on Denver tonight, guys. I very, very high on Denver. BU North Dakota. That's 3 versus 7. This is for me. I want to see North Dakota's coach do something right in a big game. Last year, North Dakota came to Boston University. I was at the game. Why you chose to play for overtime with Celebrini. You chose to going against you. BU had Celebrini, they had Wilmer, and they had Hudson. He wasn't on the Canadians yet. You chose to go to overtime against those 3, and you got lucky as sin because this puck takes a weird bounce off the glass, and it goes to Blake, who. Again, this shot takes this weird shot, bounce off the crossbar, hits the goalie's head, and trickles in the net. And you win 14
I will say this. They don't have Blake, and he looks pretty good, actually, in the NHL this year.
He does.
So does Lane Hudson, for that matter. Of course, Celebrini, we've discussed that ad nauseum. Yeah, dude, I like North Dakota here, man. Like, they're defending the home ice. That's a rowdy place to play.
Brutal.
I get BU. They just reload with talent, but I just think North Dakota, man, they're gonna be amped up. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a split, but you gotta like the home team here, right?
I do. Am I betting it? No. I know if I crossed into New Hampshire, I could, but I'm not, because the reason being, I don't love North Dakota's coach. I think he's cost them the last couple of tournaments. I sat there scratching my head. I love my Wolverines, people. I've told you that a million times. Michigan had no business being in the Frozen Four last year. And you gave up 6, or no, North Dakota lost 4-3 to Michigan. That shouldn't have happened. Michigan State, well, when you play a team 8 times a year and you go 4-4, it happens. Michigan just happened to win the last game against Michigan State.
Yeah.
And then we saw what happened next.
Well, let's talk about the game you're going to go to.
Maine Northeastern. I can't wait. I will be wearing my Black Bears gear. It's Parents' Weekend at the Dog Pound. It's the last year for Matthews Arena.
Yeah.
I don't know who the special guest is. I just know there is one tonight. I know there's a big pregame ceremony. I'm still taking Maine at minus 1.5 plus 150 via DraftKings. I'm sorry, that one's all bets 365.
Maine looked real good against Quinnipiac. That's a solid top 10 win, basically. I know they were home. Northeastern, what's their roster look? I know they're not ranked. I mean, they won the Beanpot last year.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of their.
They did. They lost a lot. I mean, last year, as much as they lost a lot, they lost 6. There's 6 big guns. They lost them, whether transfers or NHL or graduate, whatever. They lost their big 6. But they did a good job reloading. Like, they're every year kind of sneaky good. Their coach is phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, do I think they're a top 20 team this year?
Well, they're not ranked. They're not ranked.
Yeah, I think they'll flirt. If you could put them in the top 30, I think they'll end up there. And maybe they sneak into the teens. I don't see them going to the tournament. But, at the same time, if you said, oh, they made it as a 15, okay, like that doesn't totally surprise me. So it's not a cupcake at all. But I love Nadeau. Makar last weekend, that guy lit him up. Nadeau, I think, had 1 assist on 10 goals. He had 1 point out of 10 goals, where I think Makar had 4 points in the 6-5 win.
Is that Cade Makar?
Yeah, Cade. Is it Cade Makar?
Is it Cade? Is it?
Thought it was Cade. I know he transferred out of UMass. I mean, he had the weekend of weekends last year. If I could give an award for offensive player of the week, it probably would go to him. It just seems like every time I looked at the stat line, his name was in there. So I really, really liked him. And I'm hoping he's got a big game tonight. I'm hoping Nate Doe wakes up. I know this weekend at the morning skate, Maine just posted it on their website. And, they were talking about how Nate Doe looks like someone lit a fire under him, how hard he was skating, what he was doing, trying to get the team fired up.
Taylor Makar, my bad.
Taylor Makar it is.
Yeah, Taylor Makar. By the way, 6'4", 210.
Taylor, when you were a freshman healthy scratch, I made fun of you because you're only here for your brother. I'm wrong. I'll own that. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I never should have doubted you. But I did it first, and I apologize for doubting you. I do want to admit when I was wrong. But I think those two are going to have another big night. I'm hoping Nate Doe puts one in. I'm sitting 3 rows from the glass. I'm hoping Nate Doe will see my jersey and flip me a puck. But
yeah, before Maine, Taylor skated 85 games for UMass over the last 3 seasons, scoring 15 goals and averaging 7 assists for 22 points. Played in all 36 games in 2023 and 2024, putting up 9 points and 4 goals and 5 assists with 1 game-winning goal. Led the Minutemen with 10 goals in 2022. Played 104 games over 4 seasons with Brooks Bandits in the AJHL. Captaining the squad, totaling 61 points. So he sounds like he's just a kind of like a middle six guy.
Yeah.
But he's having right now with Maine, he has 3 goals, 3 assists. Had a goal and assist against Quinnipiac in the 6-5 win. Had 2 goals and 1 assist in the game against American International, and then had an assist in the 2-1 win. That was the one I got to look in on a little bit.
He's having I think he's with better talent. Like UMass last year, they made the tournament, but they had everyone on that roster last year for UMass is a mid-6. And
yeah, that's not bad though.
No, it's not. It's not. You took the national champs to double OT.
Yeah.
And they should have, honestly, UMass should have won. They hit 3 posts. Like that was UMass's game. You want to argue because they were at home, there was home ice advantage? 100% yes. That place was ruckus. That was loud. Like it was clearly UMass's home ice, but they weren't bad last year. But now Makar is playing with. I really think Nate Doe is going to be something special in the NHL.
Yeah, just for the people that might be wondering, Taylor Makar has been drafted. An NHL team owns his rights. It's easy to tell you which one it is. The Colorado Avalanche.
That's why
they hit on one Makar, they might as well try to hit on another. I mean, honestly, dude, that's a big body guy that if his game can equate to the NHL as a I guess he's a 5th-year senior, so like he didn't rush to the NHL. Is he older than Cale?
He might be. I know he was drafted, like he's a 7th-round pick out of high school. Like they just kind of
he's a senior. So he's probably 22. I don't know how old Cale is.
I think he's maybe a year younger. No.
I'll let you know right now.
Yeah.
Cale Makar is 25, so he's like 3 years younger.
Yes, but I know Colorado took the flyer on the 7th rounder, and why not? You just saw Makar light it up. Why not take a flyer?
His brother has 15 points in 8 games.
Yeah,
in the NHL.
And if let's say it fails, it's
what's crazy? Pick. Here's what's crazy. Taylor is a big boy, 6'4", 210. We said that's big. Yeah. For NHL, that's a big, nice. Cale's a 6 foot at 187. He's not a big guy. He's just crazy.
I feel like they got the memo mixed up of which brother is supposed to be a defenseman.
Right. They misfilled the paperwork out. Yeah, dude, it's fun to watch. But you know what, man? This is where you see a lot of sneaky good college guys come in and make an impact. Colorado is thin on the bottom 6, so maybe after Maine's out, we see this guy because this definitely will be his last year.
Yeah.
I guess he could do a grad year, huh? Since he's a senior, he could do a grad year. You could play 5 years in NCAA, I think.
Yeah, he's still granted, actually, he's in the COVID protocol, so he has another year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a senior, but I think even with the grad, okay, so you're saying he could, okay, I know that, dude, there's a guy in the football that's about to play his 8th year.
Yeah, Miami tight end.
No, well, there's that guy, but he had that guy, like, his leg got destroyed a couple of times when he was with Oregon and stuff. But the guy, it's a quarterback, I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's not get down that road. We're already 21 minutes into the show.
2 more games.
Yeah, 2 more games. Yeah,
Western Michigan at BC. It's only Saturday. I really think BC's a great lock. I'm going to be venturing over the border to see if that bet's available. Western Michigan, great team. 18, 19, they're ranked. And they're probably, I think, the best regular season team I've ever seen. Now, tournament time, I usually bet against them, and they've never disappointed me. They've always choked for me. I'm so proud of them. I don't know what you're doing out there, Western Michigan. You guys have so much talent. You were voted number 4 hardest place to play. I don't know what you're doing come tournament time. Is it the coach? Is it you people? You can't even say it was that class because I've seen you do it 6 times now, and that's spread out over 8 years. That's 2 classes at a minimum. Figure it out postseason, guys. You're really good. And then the last one I want to look at is Augustana and St. Cloud. St. Cloud right there in the middle. Or Augustana, I should say. Is Augustana for real?
Yeah.
Should I take back, insulting Omaha for getting swept on their home ice because they actually played a really good team? Or can I continue laughing at Omaha?
I mean, Augustana got 51 votes to be in the top.
I think if they split, they're ranked. I really do.
51 points, excuse me. Whatever. I said votes, but points.
Yeah. But
I think in the top 20. So they're right there. Let's see how Wisconsin, who's 1-3, does against, the number 1 team in the nation.
I think they're getting slapped.
I think so. You could see Augustana in the top 20 here after this weekend.
I do. I really can. I think Sacred Heart actually might have the talent. They don't have the schedule to get ranked. But I think Sacred Heart's another team in there. But Augustana's out there playing the big boys. And honest to God, I think we get a split here with them and St. Cloud. They're in. I really do. I hope they're a Cinderella team. I would love to go root for them. As long as they're not playing the Wolverines.
Sacred Heart beat UMass for those of you that are joining us late. Did they sweep both games in that too?
Split.
Okay. And Sacred Heart, for the record, has Holy Cross this weekend. So Holy Cross.
The Holy War.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a fun rivalry.
Are those 2 Catholic schools? I'm guessing Holy Cross and Sacred Heart. Okay.
Yeah. Called the Holy War out here. They try to hype it up.
Are they in Mass? Is that in Mass? Excuse me if I don't know. I apologize.
Sacred Heart is in Connecticut. Okay. Holy Cross in Mass, but they're 30 minutes apart, I think.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
they're not far. They just it's a joke because I think they get like 500 people for that game. They're not big sports schools, unfortunately. But obviously, I am the degenerate. We got lots of betting this weekend. If you're not in New England, put your money on Quinnipiac. They're at home. They just got swept. UNH just lost to Merrimack. Granted, shootout. You just lost to Merrimack, and they didn't look sharp. I didn't go, wow, they really dominated. No, their goalie played out of his mind.
Yeah,
but
Quinnipiac lost by 2 goals in 2 games against Maine.
There's a big difference in talent between Maine and Merrimack. So if you don't live in New England, or if you can find it, overtime app based out of Argentina had the game. I'm not selling my info to Argentina. So put your money on the Bobcats. That's my lock of the week if you can find it. I love Providence -1.5. Again, got to get out of New England to bet that game. So be it. Arizona State -1.5 over Northern Michigan. I've got them down for a unit. The Savage has Arizona State money line in his parlay. My 2 big bets this weekend, Denver on the 60-minute line. I have them, and I have Maine -1.5 on the road. The Savage and I are both on BC and Western Michigan, and that is the other lock we have. And then
Avi's going to be at the main Northeastern game in Matthews Arena. Avi, look for Mike. He's going to be there.
Yeah, I'll be rocking Paul Korea, bro. Come find me. We'll have a beer.
Yeah, Avi, Mike will be there. And then Avi, real quick, I'm glad you're here, Avi. Thank you for popping in. Avi says he has BU sweeping North Dakota.
North Dakota's coach, I think, sucks. So it's not the team. Yeah. North Dakota's team is great, but I don't like their coach. So it won't surprise me. Avi, yeah, I'm in section 25 tonight. I'm down below.
He'll be wearing his Paul Korea jersey right behind him. So look for him. He's wearing that Paul Korea Maine Black Bear jersey, which I got to get me one of those.
All right, shout out bonanza.com, $60 shipping anywhere in the United States.
Bonanza.com. All right. Okay.
$60 for that, including shipping.
All right. They do a lot of jerseys, huh? I don't care.
Yeah. And then we get the Savage parlay. God, he's an animal. Denver money line, Maine money line, ASU money line. Maine had the best odds in that at -180. I get a -350 and a -300. So I don't know what that pays out, but that's his parlay tonight. But my picks again was Denver over Wisconsin, 60 minutes. Maine on the road at -1.5. And if you can find it somewhere out there, lock in Quinnipiac UNH. That's the one I say bet the farm on.
Avi's in section 51, high seats. He says he's taking up the train for Boston. Up to Boston, he'll be there by 6:20. He says.
All right, I'll look for you on the train. I'll be in the orange line.
Okay, well there you go.
Word.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch this BU Nodak game for sure on ESPN Plus. There's not a lot of NHL games tonight, so I'm gonna try to watch these games. I've got to just put in mark reminders. Hey, flip it over to college hockey, when I've got the 4 or 5 games on. So it'll be good. I'm excited to, in fact, let me do a quick ESPN. No, I don't want to buy the stupid UFC. God, man. It's at 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. I was going to have friends over. I was like, you guys want to watch UFC? Like, oh, it's at like 10 a.m. Like, yeah, 10 a.m. Alaska time for those of you.
So it's that 2 p.m. my time?
Yeah, it's in Abu Dhabi. Yeah. It's exactly 2 p.m. your time, Mike, because that's what we do here.
Bones Jones is fighting, I think.
No, he's not.
Is this not the Bones Jones night?
No. It's Max Holloway. Is the guy.
Yeah, Holloway's. He's an entertaining fighter.
Yeah. Yes, the Northeastern. Oh, what?
Yeah, say Avi, Omaha, Min State. Omaha's got to bounce back after the sweep last week, and they have to. Min State is rapidly jumping up the rankings. Avi, if I can find a place to bet Providence, I will. I love Vermont. Actually, if anyone gets a chance to go to UVM, they've only got about 40 restaurants around there that are actually beautiful steakhouses, horribly advertised, and it's Vermont pricing. So for those of us that live in Boston, I got a T-bone, an 8-ounce T-bone or a 12-ounce with bone-in T-bone, 3 different sides, $40. Like, cooked to perfection. Can't wait to go back and get that steak again. So shout out to everything around UVM. I love you guys.
I've been actually thinking about moving to Vermont or Maine.
Are you really? I don't know if I can live there, but I love vacationing up there.
Yeah, so. I think for just to be close to, to be able to cover some of this stuff better, but we'll see. Like, because being in Alaska. So I do not see the Nodak BU game on ESPN Plus. So if you guys know, leave in the comments afterwards, after we're done, or put it up. But we're going to have boots on the ground. Mike, I expect live photos from the game. Give me some videos, man. Let's go. Let's have a good one.
Final thoughts for me is shout out to Brian. Thank you for the Frisbee parlay the other weekend. Nothing like hitting a +300. Hey, you got to get your money where you can.
Hey, you hit that. Hey, by the way, if you didn't join us last week, Mike gave out a disc golf parlay, and you won plus 300 if you took that. So there's all the more reason to follow, leave a like, subscribe here on the Sports Grid channel to the College Hockey Show. I will get these separated at some point from NHL Nightly, and we'll have a dedicated page to the College Hockey Show. We're only 4 episodes in, so I can't find it, Avi. I can't find it right this minute, and we're about to end the show, so I'll look for it. But it might be on the Big Ten Network too. I think because no, it shouldn't be on the Big Ten Network because North Dakota's not the Big Ten.
They're NC. I can get it right here for you though.
I'll find it. I mean,
it's on North Dakota's local thing.
I'm surprised that they don't have
NESN Plus might have it too.
Okay. Yeah. Which I don't get. But hey.
I don't know. I don't know why. I can't believe it. So that sucks. I will try
we only got 2 top 10 teams playing each other third week of the season. God forbid, you don't cover that game. It's okay. But it is what it is, and that's the struggle we have as hockey fans, right? Finding what we love and where we love it. If anybody knows, I'll also look on Stream East. There might be a chance it's on there. Anyway, Mike, any parting words before we go?
Guys, look for me on Twitter today. I'll be with the Frisbee Brian and the Savage.
You'll retweet all your picks that we just went over.
Tweets are going out in a couple of minutes. But Avi, look for me again. We're rocking Paul Correa. I'll find you. And if anything, talk to me tomorrow, guys, for BC Western Michigan. And as always, go Sioux.
Yeah, Perlo, Rico, and I will be live 10 p.m. Eastern for NHL Nightly tonight. So come back into the show if you want to talk some hockey. Mike, you're welcome to pop in on the train ride back home if you're able to. Just pop in. You can connect with your iPhone. It's easy.
Yep.
So I appreciate it, man. Oh, hey, thanks for joining us, Theodore Charles Robinson. Nice to see you. That is our good friend Occupancy. He's in Sweden.
He's in Switzerland.
Switzerland. Anyway, good to see you, Teddy. Nice to see you. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Expect some photos. If you meet up with Avi, let's get some pictures. And have a great day. We'll see you at 10 p.m. Eastern for NHL Nightly. Mike, see you, brother.
Have a good one, guys.